Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm very excited to have an awesome guest today, acupuncturist. Gosh, words are not my friends today. Acupuncturist. I have Dr. Krystal today with us from Revival, and I am so excited to talk to you because I've heard so many good things about acupuncture. I know it's just one of the most loving things you can do for your body, your mind, and your soul, and I can't wait to talk to you all about it. How are you doing, Dr. Krystal?
Good, thank you.
Let's see if I can say acupuncture. There we go. It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
How long have you been with Revival?
Well, I've only been in town 3 months. I
Oh.
relocated after Hurricane Helena.
Oh, wow.
That's it,
Okay.
yeah. I'm from Asheville.
Okay, so you have a story there as well. How did you come to the Vail Valley? How did you
I've been in a long-distance relationship, and
Okay.
he flew in and got my pets and my children. And,
Wow.
and then we were like, I guess I'm staying. And then Jessica's expanding and
How
invited.
perfect.
Yeah.
Very, like we were saying, serendipity at its
Yes.
finest. And Revival is one of our favorite spaces here. We love it there.
Yeah.
And we've been in, I have not yet been in since she's expanded, which I need to. And I've heard amazing things. So acupuncture is one of the things.
And yoga. She just opened up a yoga studio.
That's what, yes.
Yeah, and a cold plunge and a sauna and
Wow.
workshops. And
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and we were talking a little bit off the couch, but I've heard for years acupuncture is one of the things that I need to try as far as good for your mind and your body and your soul and your spirit. Can you give us a little bit of background about acupuncture and what it does for people?
Well, it's 3,000 years old.
Wow.
So it's a very old ancient medicine
Yes.
with all this wisdom of the body, and now Western medicine is studying it, so it's becoming evidence-based
Okay.
for your health. There's just certain points mapped out on the body that are known to regulate your hormones and bring down stress, bring down anxiety.
Right.
It can help with fertility. It can help with pain.
That's amazing. And I
Yeah.
think you're correct. It has become more mainstream, which I love because you
Yeah.
are seeing more and more people going for so many different reasons, whether it's health, anxiety, mental health, physical health. It's so important.
Yeah.
That's really neat. And how did you get involved with all of this?
My mom was diagnosed with brain cancer 16, 17 years ago, and I saw how it helped her with chemo, and I also saw how it helped her at the end of her life. And so I
Wow.
went back to school, and
That's powerful. That's
Yeah.
really beautiful. It's what you're meant to be doing.
it was a higher calling.
That's really, really neat. I know what acupuncture is, but can you kind of walk us through, like, if I would come in and see you, what that would look like as far as, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, maybe some people come in totally not knowing, just wanting to try, and maybe they say to you, for me, for instance, I live with anxiety. It's part of my daily routine of who I am, part of being a human for all of us. But I'm like, I've been going through some life changes. I've been feeling more anxiety. How does that look like? What would we talk about? How do we figure out what to do?
Well, what I love about East Asian medicine is it treats the individual.
Right.
And so I would take your health history, I would feel your pulses, I would look at your tongue.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
you would be treated as an individual, but then there are certain points that I know would help bring down anxiety, but then I would
Okay.
add extra points that are for you constitutionally.
Love that. That makes complete sense. Right.
Yeah.
So it's not just, here's another number of she has anxiety, whatever. It's what have you been going through? What are the life changes specific to each human? That's
Yeah.
really, what is the tongue? Sorry, I don't like.
The tongue is a map of the whole body.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love this. This is
Yeah.
so cool.
It gives
See, but
me
these are things
an internal sign of what's happening with you as an individual.
really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm obviously going to come in, that.
Yeah.
So when I come in, would I have a consultation with you first, or would it be that day, or what does that look like
Well,
for a first timer?
well, everyone does it differently. Some people
Okay.
do consultations and then you get a package and,
Right.
but for me, we sit down, we talk for 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then you get an hour-long session.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And it's very relaxing. It brings down the nervous system
Okay.
to help you, people get a deep relaxation nap.
Oh, I love
It's kind
that.
of how I see it.
I'm like, I need that right now.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, and so the other thing too is with needles. I know I'm not someone that's scared of that, but I know I have many friends, but I've heard it does not hurt at all. It is almost just like a tickly. Is that correct? Like, can you tell us a little
Well, it depends on what type of acupuncture you're getting. I
Okay.
tend to be really gentle.
Okay.
And but there are some parts of the body that you might feel a sensation, but it usually
Okay.
goes away, and that helps bring natural endorphins in your body to bring down pain
cool.
response and balance the hormones. So there can be a sensation,
Okay.
but then the afterwards is this deep relaxation,
Sensation, which we all want.
like a
and need,
drop
thrive
of
for.
like, oh,
I love that. Strive
know?
for that all the time.
Yeah.
And then I heard you're having an event. Is that coming up tomorrow? Is
yeah,
that
it's
correct?
tomorrow. It's come up really quick.
Okay. And what is the event?
Well, I'm also a Kundalini yoga instructor
Okay.
since 2008, and
Okay.
so we're going to do a little bit of yoga, and then in relaxation there'll be some ear acupuncture,
Oh,
and that
cool.
really helps with anxiety and relaxing the whole body because the ears is also a map of the whole body.
Interesting. The
and then-
tongue and the ears. I would have never guessed. That's very interesting.
And the pulse too.
Okay.
And then a gong bath.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so I'm combining all of my favorite things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cool. I'm like, we need to be friends. I'm so excited
Yeah.
about this. So here's all the information, and it's at Revival. Is that correct?
Yeah, and their
Okay.
new yoga studio, and there's all sorts of yogas
So cool.
happening, different styles of yoga happening every day.
And just does such a good job of the space.
it's beautiful.
I love, because I remember even the old space, just walking in and you have this sense of just, you can breathe. It just feels good. The energy, the vibes in there are so good. And now to add in the yoga, acupuncture, now I can say it, of course, the acupuncture and, yoga and the gongs. Are you
Yeah.
guys doing sound baths? Is that like
Yeah,
part
she
of-
has all
okay.
the crystal bowls and
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And
Yeah.
all the information, I'm assuming, is on the website for Revival
Yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
So if we want to get acupuncture, yoga, you're the go-to girl now. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
That's so
thank you.
neat. That
Yeah.
is so exciting. And you've only been in the Valley for such a little time. What are you feeling about it so far?
I love it. It feels like home. I've lived in my 20s. I was in Vail Valley and
Oh, you were, oh,
and
okay.
had the experience of working on the mountain.
Oh, so you've been here before. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then I've lived in Telluride. I've lived all over, but
Cool.
Asheville was my home for the last 15 years. And
Okay. So coming back, I know that vibe too when you're in your 20s and you're in the mountain town and now
Yeah.
coming back and you're like, it's a whole new world. It's like, and holistic and beautiful and more peaceful. I'm speaking for myself because in
Yeah.
my 20s I was just
Wild, free,
Yeah,
free and wild.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, Dr. Krystal, I'm so excited to have met you, and I'm so thrilled that you're part of this valley now and the
Thank
Revival
you.
family,
Yeah.
because I know it truly is a family. And yoga, holistic healing at its finest, acupuncture, all the things. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, the event, I hope to see everyone there.
Yeah, there's a few spots left.
Okay,
So,
awesome. And
yeah.
then I know so many people are going to be stoked to see you and get to
Yeah.
like see your practices and have a chance to try them out. Where should they contact you, or how can we book you?
Well, through Revival. I'm also doing acupuncture at All Mountain Sports Acupuncture
Okay.
with Johnny Howell.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah,
That's-
just hasn't opened up the extra offices yet for acupuncture.
Gotcha,
but
okay.
I think that's coming.
That's so
Yeah,
exciting.
and then my website is just my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so great. And tomorrow, all the yoga. That's
Yeah,
going to
the
be
yoga.
amazing. And
Yes.
can you, real quick before we go, the gong, can you explain a little bit? Because that's so interesting to me, too.
Oh, I love the gong.
Yeah.
And what I understand of it is it's the original sound of the universe.
Okay.
And so when it's
Love that.
played, it helps shake off all the heavy, dense energy. It just clears it off so that you come out feeling refreshed.
I love that, because when you
Yeah.
were saying the gong, the first thing I was thinking of is the heartbeat of the world, or like the universe.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How special. Well, you can definitely tell you're doing what you're meant to do this lifetime. Like,
Well, thank
I
you.
mean that, and it's
Yeah.
so an honor to meet you.
Nice to
and
meet you.
I want everyone to come see you at Revival,
Yeah.
Dr. Krystal.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. And keep it right here. We have more of the show to come.